Okay, so let's start with the good news. I got my first round of the Pfizer vaccine today, and I did it at Texas Motor Speedway, and the whole experience completely lives up to the hype. Like, so, okay, I have a reasonable amount of anxiety when it comes to driving to a new place to do a thing I haven't done before, and it was extra bad when we lived in Dallas because you just never know if there's going to be a parking spot or if how you're going to get from your car to the thing you're doing. But the way that they managed the whole process at the Speedway is just like, it gets rid of all of that anxiety because they're just really clear with they have so much staff there. They have great signage and cones and all that kind of stuff to lead you. You never are worried about being in the wrong place. So, and basically the way it works is you make a big lap around the outside of the Speedway, and then you're led through these narrow lanes where you start talking to people. They like kind of tell you what's going to be happening. You show your QR code and your ID, and then you're led through a series of 4 tents. And each tent is like a different part of the process. There's filling out paperwork, showing your QR code again, getting the injection itself, and eventually you work your way out into what's really just like a parking lot, but it's a bunch of rows of cars, and each row is only sitting there for 15 minutes before moving along. And it's just like after you get your injection, you have to sit and wait for 15 minutes to make sure that you don't have any negative side effects. And so I ended up being in the front of my row, so I got to set the timer. And yeah, it's just like very simple. Like, you just sit there, and if they say if you have any issues, you just flash your lights and honk your horn, and they'll send somebody to your car. Otherwise, you're just there for 15 minutes, and then you drive away, and then you're very clearly led on a path out of the Speedway and back towards the highway so you can get home. And it's just very, very well done. So I was really impressed by the whole thing, and everybody that I interacted with was just really friendly and pleasant. And you can't even tell that they've just been there grinding for who knows how long, you know? So, yeah, I would highly recommend getting on the list for a vaccine, especially considering what happened today. So, Governor Abbott today lifted the mask mandate on the whole state, and he also allowed all businesses to open back up to 100%, which is really irresponsible and not going to help quell COVID in any way. And there's probably going to be, I mean, in addition to there probably being more spikes as a result of this, there's probably going to be like violence as a result of this, because I've already, even though, so this thing doesn't even go into effect until next Wednesday, but I already have heard of a friend getting yelled at by just random dudes passing by in a truck. Like, the friend was like, they had masks on, and these guys drove by and like called them communists for wearing masks, and that's Texas. But, yeah, so anyway, I would say even if you're not eligible to get on the list for a vaccine here in Denton County, you should not feel bad about doing it anyway. And I say that because I think everybody that is in need, like desperate need of a vaccine, should either already have one or already be on the list. And if you know anybody that is in more need than you are for a vaccine, make sure that that person gets on a list, and then get on the list yourself. Because if you have a BMI that's like kind of close to 25, you could just like throw down some Taco Bell on your way to get your vaccine, and you'll be good to go. Yeah, but I think given the circumstances and the way that things are going to be going after next week, it makes a lot more sense to get on the list and get a vaccine if at all possible. And I don't think that you should have any like negative feelings about doing that, especially considering the fact that the Biden administration said today that he expects there to be enough vaccines for every adult American by the end of May. So just go ahead and get on that list and get yourself vaccinated, and we can get through this thing, because we should really be getting through this thing now. Okay. That's it. I will see you tomorrow.